Hey everybody, it's Keola Rains here, and this is week 4, Topless Tuesdays. Woo! And I'm just enjoying this whole entire challenge so much, so thank you for joining me. And as promised, today I'll be talking about ketogenic diets, also called cyclical ketogenic diets. So basically what we're looking at here is a high fat, high protein, and very low carb diet. So the difference between your average low carb diet and the ketogenic diet is that you're really focusing on increasing your unsaturated fat. So making sure you're getting in about 80% of your calories coming from unsaturated fats. So again, I told you guys I'd give you a little shopping list here, but let me kind of explain how it works. Basically, in your week, you're focusing on 5 to 6 days of cycling that low carb, high fat, high protein diet, and then 1 to 2 days to carb load. So for me, that looks like 5 to 6 days of 50 grams of carbs or less. In the next week or two, I'll try to take it down to 25 grams of carbs, so extremely low on the carbs, and then I'll have 1 or 2 days in the week where I reload. So depending on how you do your workouts, you might go 5 to 6 days straight and then reload on the last 2 days, or maybe you'll do 3 days on, reload in the middle, and then another 3 days. So it's really up to you how you work that or how your workouts are going to be planned. On those carb loading days, I'm taking myself back up to where I was the last few weeks, about 100 grams of carbs or less. So I'm giving my body a chance to reload and save up some and store up some glycogen so that later on in the week I still have a little bit of energy left to use. So again, high fat, high protein, and low carb. I have a couple of items here too that I think I've mentioned before. Fish oil is going to be a really important supplement that you want to put into your diet. So I take 6 fish oil supplements a day. That might be a lot for some of you guys to start out with. So maybe start with the recommended or suggested amount, 2 to 3 capsules, but I take 6 a day, pop them in, guzzle, ready to go. And then, if you guys recall, a few weeks ago, I showed you guys a protein powder, but the next 3 weeks I kind of amped it up a little bit, and I've moved on to, this one is my favorite. I'm not saying that it's the best protein powder, this is just one that I like to use. It's from GNC, and it's called Amplified Waybolic 60. I like this one because it has a lot of branched chain amino acids. So I'm getting in not only protein, but I'm also getting in amino acids. And the other great thing is that it's very low in lactose and very low in carbs. So in 3 scoops, you can get up to 60 grams of protein. What I'll do is pre-workout, I'll do 1 scoop, and then post-workout, I'll do 2 scoops. So I'm still getting in the 60 grams that I want. I'm just breaking it up between pre and post-workout. And then what else do we have? Exercises for abs. Everybody is so concerned about abs this whole entire program, obviously because summer is coming up. As I mentioned in the last few weeks, your flat abs, your 6-pack abs are going to come from what you're eating. However, there are great exercises you can do to strengthen your abs. I posted a video yesterday about with 3 different core exercises you can do. But if you just want the lowdown on it, I never do crunches. You will rarely ever see me do crunches, and if I am going to do crunches, it would be on a Swiss ball so that I can get full extension and flexion of the spine. I'm not getting down flat on the ground and doing any crunches. Some things that you can do for your abs that you might not think are going to be great, but are actually going to reveal your abs quickly is sprinting, stair runs, hill sprints, high intensity cardio. I can't say this enough, but crunches and leg raises and things like that, not going to really do it. So I also posted a video, I think 2 weeks ago, where I was on a decline bench. Anything where you're working the muscle group in the same direction that it's running in your body. So think of hanging leg raises. So get up on that pull-up bar and do leg raises that way. Or again, like I said, working on a decline bench. And then I have kind of a little, at church we call it a praise report. So someone very, very close to me who has had a struggle with acne, I would say all through teenage years and even to adult years, I gave her a really great recommendation on protein intake, increasing protein intake to heal acne, to give new skin cells, also for seeing some great benefits in your hair and your nails. Protein, I can't tell you enough. It's called in science the building blocks of life, or we say amino acids are the building blocks of life. So if you're not getting an adequate protein and you're seeing hair issues and your nails aren't growing and your skin is acting up, this might be something that you want to look to. So we increased her protein intake, I would say about double. So from 50 grams of protein a day to 100 grams of protein, and then in the week following that from 100 grams of protein to 150 grams a day, and in 2 weeks she's seen major improvements in her skin. So I might get lucky and be able to have her give me a before and after shot if I can convince her. So stay tuned in the next couple weeks, because I want you guys to understand protein, protein, protein. You can't get enough. There's really no way to overdo it. Any excess protein that's coming into the body is just going to be flushed out. So it's not like protein can turn into fat. It's one of the only nutrients that actually does its job, and then we flush it right out of the body. So can't get enough of that. And then what else? Your shopping list, really quickly, if you're trying to follow a ketogenic diet, make sure you're having things like eggs, bacon, any types of fish, all the lean meats you can think of. I really haven't been doing a lot of chicken recently. Every now and then, maybe twice a week, I'll have chicken, but I really focus on fish and lean meats. Olive oil, avocados, nuts, nut butter, so peanut butter, almond butter, cashews, go for that. Vegetables are somewhat unlimited because although they are a carbohydrate and a starch, they're also full of fiber, so they're going to flush right through you. Cottage cheese, I don't like cottage cheese. I'm going to try to force myself to attempt to eat some more cottage cheese, but it's very high in protein, very low in carbs. So that's one dairy food that you might choose to have in your diet. I'm not really big on dairy, but that's one that you can do. Obviously, protein powder. I think I mentioned eggs, bacon. Bring home the bacon. Go ahead and eat a little bit of that. So again, like I mentioned last week, there's a huge difference between health and fitness. Right now, I'm focusing on my fitness, and then towards the fall, I'll check back in with you guys, and we'll start focusing on our health. So make sure you have a clear understanding that health and fitness, two separate things. And I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for your questions, and I'll see you guys next week.